Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of V-Time, episode 106. We got a big-ass episode for you tonight. We got a lot of leaks. Product stream to kind of re-review. We did a whole live stream on it, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead and sit for 2 hours, put it on the background. But we're just going to cover the main points, and then that's pretty much it.
And it's information that we found out afterwards after the stream.
Correct. So, without further ado, let's go into it. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cars from TCG Player, please use our affiliate link down below.
Your purchases through this link help support the channel, so we can bring more great videos like this straight to you guys.
And with that scripted part of the way, let's go straight into the leaks. Starting us off, of course, with a lot of Sword Boys. So, not there yet. We might have ended the videos with them, but they're still showing up.
Yeah, I think we're getting very, very close to the end.
Yeah.
If not there already.
There's been a lot of cards in Sword Boys that we've been already showcased, but not really talked about. So let's go through them. First off, we got Nagasona Kotetsu. Kotetsu, yeah, that's right. Anyway, he's a simple ability of a 9k, continuous triggered. If you have another unit with Kotetsu in its card name, this unit gets 5k, and it also activates during your opponent's turn. So basically just a 14k beat stick. Now let's see other cards that have that name. Like for example, Urashima Kotetsu. Continuous rearguard. If you have another unit in the same column as this unit gets 5k, and of course it activates during your opponent's turn as well. Granted, it is a 5k base, so it's only a 10k booster or attacker. But combine that with a grade 2 and you make a 24k column, which is honestly not bad. So, we're going to talk about these two more later, because they actually connect to a ride line. But before we do, we need to talk about a little bit of Cater Sanctuary, ain't that right?
Excuse me. I did not expect this. This was an amazing card.
I know, right? We saw all those other cards last week, and it was like, yeah, these are good, but not amazing. I can see space, but not really. And then they show up with this.
This could have easily been like higher rare than it is, but we'll talk about it.
That scares me, though.
I know, right? Line up Chosen Knights. Order. You may play this card with cost Counterblast 1 Soul Blast 1. Perform all the effects below according to the number of your grade 3 units. 2 or more, choose one of your units and it gets power plus 5. 3 or more, draw a card. 4 or more, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets drive.
Oof. Why? Just, oof.
So not only does if you get all the effects, not only does it replace itself, but it pluses you because of the drive.
Yeah, not wrong. I mean, just overall a good card, and you know, of course, Bastion's gonna use it like crazy. It's got Bastion on the damn art.
And more drive checks means more grade 3s.
Or more triggers, because like we said, most of the times on your drive checks, you're either hitting a grade 3 or a trigger because of how Bastion is primarily made.
Or hitting the next card we're gonna talk about.
Correct.
Heavenly Staff of Kind Intention. Cortese. Grade 3 auto. When you drive check this card, you may call this card to an open rearguard circle. If you do, this unit gets boosted until the end of turn.
I thought I gave you these because Silken Realm was confuse you.
Listen, man. Regardless, it's a good card because I mean, you use the angel that retires itself to draw a card, then you drive check this, you can call it back and have another booster. Or if for some reason you just don't want to make a whole board, you want to gamble, you can call it to an open rearguard, have an extra attacker, and have an attacker.
I mean, I'd rather still have a dragon that soul blasts you because you got to still hit this on drive check. And then you have to have an open rear guard and, you know, all that. But, you know, it is honestly a decent card and it's common for a reason.
Exactly.
But let's move on to more Sword Boys. So, next up we got Namazuno Toshiro. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard from hand, Cannabis 1 choose a Honebami Toshiro from your drop and call it to an open rear guard. Now you might be asking yourself, what about the other one? Well, Honebami Toshiro. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard from hand, Cannabis 1 choose a Namazuo Toshiro from your drop zone and call it to an open rear guard. So basically they're a grade 1 combo that calls each other out from drop zone. It's basically your Elro Alba combo from the leaders in V series, but you know, with the same effects instead of different effects.
Yes.
Simple, straightforward. They're commons for a reason. But Brankgate is not.
So interesting. Orphis? Yes, Orphis.
This is for Orphis, correct.
Cardinal Noid Plastia?
Yep.
Auto rear guard. Yeah, rear guard. When this unit's attack. When this unit's attack while boosted by a Shadow Army token hits, draw a card.
This is funny. This is just funny. Yeah, so basically it's a on hit pressure 4 orifice, which honestly is not bad. If you have a Shadow Army token behind it for to meet its conditions, it's a 28k column on its own, which is already a big number and a threatening number at that. So it's like, are you going to waste at least a minimum of 2 cards in your hand to guard this, or you're going to let me draw a card? Overall, I actually like it.
Good pressure.
The other card, though, is shit.
Yeah. Whirlpool Robo Ram Draw. We're going with that. Continuous Rear Guard. If you have a set order in your order zone, this unit gains intercept.
That's a grade 1 intercept. Now, if grade 1s had 10k shield, I'd say sure. This one doesn't, though.
Like this is what Deep Police came down to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Grade 1s.
All right, let's forget about the disappointing grade 1 and actually look at the last 2 ride lines for Token Rambu. We're going to start off with the ride line of Yaman Bagiri Kunihiro. There we go. So, of course, we got the starter, simple starter effect. And then we go to Yamambagiri Kunihiro Sento. When this unit is rolled upon by Yamambagiri Kunihiro Toku, Cannabis 1 and draw a card. And of course, the other ability is continuous rear guard. During your turn, this unit gets 2k. Simple, straightforward. Probably all the ride lines are going to have this. Then you get to Yamambagiri Kunihiro Toku. Auto, when this unit is rode upon by Yamambagiri Kunihiro Kiwame, the grade 3, discard a card from your hand, search your deck for up to 1 copy of the grade 3, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. And then, of course, during your turn, it gains 2k. So it's a Persona Ride Searcher. Nifty. Why do you need to search your Persona Ride, I wonder?
It's not like the grade 3 is going to need it.
I know, right? Let's look at Yamambagiri Kunihiro Kiwame. Continuous Vanguard. If you Persona Road this turn, this unit gets critical +1, making it 23 double crit Vanguard already by itself. Its other ability, though, is Auto Vanguard. This cost may be paid with Soul Blast 1, a copy of itself. So if you Persona Road, it's basically free. And then when this unit attacks, Cannon Blast 1, draw a card, choose up to 1 card from your hand, and call it to an open rear guard. So it's a multi-attack extender or a hand pluser. Which we've noticed in Token Rambu is extremely good.
And the alternate cost is really nice because you don't have to use the Soul Blast to ride on the Persona Ride. So you can, keep using Counter Blast, and later down the road when you're out of your Persona Rides, you can still, and out of Counter Blast, you can just Soul Blast copies.
Yep. I just realized this is basically a bit better version of the trial deck. Because they both gain something off of a condition. One gains 10k, one gains a crit. But they both draw a card for almost the exact same cost. Like the other one is Cannon Blast Soul Blast to look at the top card and then put it on top or bottom. So you kind of get your freedom of choosing what you want in your hand to an extent.
But this one, of course, gives you possible extra attack.
Correct. So overall, they're pretty much the same, but this one's kind of slightly better. So, now let's look at the other ride line that kind of pertains to the other 2 cards we covered, the Kotetsus. So, first off, we got Hachisuka Kotetsu. Simple, straightforward, starter when rode upon, yada, yada, yada. But now we look at why, Kotetsus are very important. First, we got Hachisuka Kotetsu Sento. Act. Vanguard once per turn. Soul Blast 1, reveal 2 cards from your ride deck with Hachisuke Kotetsu in their card names. Choose a card from your drop and put it into your hand. And then, of course, a simple 2k during your turn. So it's a free adder of either what you ditched or your starter to your hand. Now, to point this out immediately, one of the reasons you actually might want to add your starter back to your hand is because of the grade 2 that if you have a Kotetsu in the same column, it gains 5k. All these are Kotetsu, so that kind of works.
Granted, you never built it this way, and I don't know if you can, but it is an interesting fact about this card. It is an act. So that means that you can do a bunch of loot draws to kind of like discard a card, draw a card, discard a card, draw a card to kind of filter your hand out. And then later at the end of your main phase, you can say, okay, I'm going to use this skill Soul Blast. Reveal, I'm going to grab one of those cards I discarded through all this, add it back.
There is nothing like that, though.
Right now.
Good sir, we're at the end of the set. Everything's out. There is nothing like that right now.
Oh, never mind then. Excuse me.
I love your thinking process, but you got to think there's nothing like that right now.
Ignore what I said then.
Anyway, we're going to move on to the next card, the grade 2, Hachisuka Kotetsu Toku. When this unit is placed on Vanguard by riding on the grade 1, cost Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 Urishima Kotetsu, which is the grade 1 that gains 5k. Call it to rearguard and shuffle your deck. So it searches out that specific grade 1, which is interesting, weird, and sure, alright. And then, of course, the whole during your turn against 2k, whatever. And now the Vanguard, which is honestly the weirdest, and like it's in the middle. Like its effect is decent compared to everything else, but it's also the weirdest. We got Hachisuka Kotetsu Kiwame, and it has only one ability, continuous. Vanguard, if you have 5 rear guards, all your front row rear guards get 5k, and all your back row rear guards gain boost, and this also is active during your opponent's turn. So, that's it.
Yeah. If it were you to have a full board, but you get really cool bonuses, I guess. You
Look at it this way. If you use the Kotetsus that we've mentioned, the grade 2, the grade 1, and everything like that, especially because you're calling out the grade 1. The grade 2 by itself gains 5k if you have a Kotetsu in the same column. Is another 5k from the Vanguard, which means he's already at 19 by its own. Probably behind it is the grade 1 that gains 5k, which means that's an extra 10k booster, which means the column itself is hitting 29 by itself. You can also throw in the grade 2 Kotetsu that gains from the ride line, that gains 2k, making a 12k booster because the grade 3 does give boost. Or you can throw in the grade 1 and another 10k boosters in there. Like, overall, you're hitting kind of magic numbers, but at the same time, you're only getting 3 attacks and those magic numbers, and that's it.
And I will say this, and we talked about this before with the other red lines, that outside of the plus to the board and plus to your hand that the red line gives you, there's no plussing in this at all. So when you put down your 5 rear guards, you're using your hand, and there's nothing guaranteeing you're going to get it back.
Yeah, that one grade 1 we covered where it's like Cannabis 1, call 2, and then draw 1. That's your only way to really make a board and kind of get back something. But outside of that one, yeah, there's nothing else. Now, a quick note that you guys probably noticed in the last video we used this in. That one grade 2, that's when your opponent's a grade 3. You can Cannabis 1, Soul Blast 1, and switch positions.
Yes.
Works really well with this card because this card is a continuous, gives the front row 5k. Which means, if you have the grade 1 in the back row that gains 5k, it's a 15k beater on its own. Persona Ride, you're basically giving 15k to anything in the front row, which means you can get easily 5 decent attacks with that grade 2.
And most of Token Rambu is mainly grade 2, so giving them boosts is always nice.
Yeah, so if your front row somehow dies being attacked or anything, you still got grade 2s to boost. Overall, it's interesting, but weird. Anyway, moving forward from those, we got more.
And
more. Ichigo Hitofuri. Of course, continuous during your turn. If you have 3 or more rear guards with Toshiro in their card names, this unit gets 10k. Sure. Auto rearguard when this unit attacks. This unit gets power is 30k or greater. Counterblast 2, and this unit gets critical +1 until the end of battle. I don't know what to say. Like, it's a 20k on its own if you meet the conditions, which means it needs to be boosted by something that's a 10k booster, or you have to Persona Ride, and it's 2CB to be a critical.
Here's my issue with this card is the crit pressure is nice. Problem is your opponent knows when it's going to come, because they're going to see it hit 30,000 or greater, and they're going to see 2CB, and they're like, all right, well, I know he's got the power because you're going to have to probably get there somehow before you attack.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to happen, so your opponent can kind of prep for that kind of counterblast to happen.
I'm honestly a little bit blanking to remember what exactly Toshiro is. Because you need 3 of them, and you need specifically rear guards with Toshiro in their card names. So I'm going to do a real quick Google search to kind of figure out who the fuck is Toshiro. Oh, it's the card that calls itself Foul.
From Jaw?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the cards, Toshiro cards, or at least some of them, are the ones that call themselves out. I can kind of see it, why, but then, they call themselves out for a CB.
So that means you're CB in 3.
If you're not using more to call more out.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the next one's not even a Toshiro. I don't know why they leaked it together. We got Hotarumaru. Grade 3, auto when this unit is placed on rearguard, this unit gets 5k until the end of the turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 10k instead of 5k, making it making it a 20k grade 3. It's not even a 13k base grade 3. Granted, whatever. But auto when this unit is retired from rearguard during your opponent's turn, counterblast 1 and put this unit card from your drop zone into your hand. I honestly see no point of this card. I really don't.
I don't.
You can maybe put it in the guy that says, hey, gain a boost, so it's basically a 20k booster, if anything.
The only way I can really see this is good in is if you know you're going into a retire heavy meta.
Still, do you want to really CB to add a grade 3 with no shield back to your hand?
Fair. I don't know.
Anyway, cover the great nature. Well, cover the Stochea cards.
All right, so Sylvan Horn Beast, Volcom,
Wajalokon.
that. Act, rearguard, cost, counterblast 1, and until the end of turn, this unit gets continuous back row rearguard. When this unit would attack, it battles all of your opponent's front row units in one attack.
Sounds very interesting, but you also got to think it only battles them for 15k at most.
Yes,
or at least.
And on top of that, like this is also a CB, and then you have to CB with Magnolia to get there, so it says technically 2 CB to do this.
Is it worth it? Depending
on what cards we get in the set, yes. Right now, no. Next one is Sylvan Horn Beast, Croquette.
Yeah.
Auto rearguard when this unit attacks or boosts, cost Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets power 2k into the end of the battle for each of your rearguards. So max it gets plus 10.
Yeah. So it's a 16k booster or attacker for a Soul Blast.
You're not the room for it, honestly.
Pretty much. All right. Again, back to more Sword Boys.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of Sword Boys.
That's so many.
We got Shishio. Continuous rearguard. This unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effect, so it's basically resist. And then auto rearguard. When your Vanguard's attack hits, Cannabis 1, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and this unit gets 5k until the end of turn. Now there's the only plus engine I've ever seen that can be spliced into any Persona Ride deck. But you know, you have to. The Vanguard has to hit.
Mm-hmm. They're more than likely just let the rearguard hit at that point.
Yeah, plus it's a Cannabis 1, Soul Blast 1, and Tokarambu really doesn't want to waste that CB on stuff like this.
Or Soul, depending on which build you have.
Depending on the build, Soul, yeah, but CB, man, CB. And then we got a grade 2, Kogara Sumaru. Continuous front row. When this unit, when you over trigger, would be removed by its trigger effect, you may put it into your hand instead of removing it. That is literally the only effect this grade 2 has.
I was mad at this card at first, and then I kind of mellowed down, and then a little bit of anger came back. Because like at first I'm like, you're really gonna give them a 50k shield back? And I was like, oh wait, there's her orders. And then I was like, oh, fucking orders.
Yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's one of those things like, it's probably never gonna happen. You gotta waste a rearguard slot, a front row rearguard slot at that, to have it activate.
I can see this being good in the trial deck one because you're stacking your deck so much that you can know you're gonna see it.
And they should have made a set order. A very expensive set order that just said, hey, you over trigger, go to hand.
Hey man, don't give them my disc for later sets.
Anyway, Dark State stuff for Bear Magnus.
Ooh, Gear Chronicle. Time Jarrett's Dragon. When this unit is placed on rear guard cost, put a card from your hand into your soul, draw a card.
Okay, granted, I say Bear Magnus. This can also be used in Bruce, but Bear Magnus benefits more, and Bruce already has better grade 3s than this.
And this is good in any build.
Very much.
Just to get rid of a card in your hand and draw a card and build your soul.
Again, Bear Magnus probably more because you can tuck in your grade 1 that gains 10k.
Yes. Cyclone Cycler. Auto rear guard. When this unit boosts, if your soul has 5 or more cards, cost counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul, choose 3 of your front row rear guards, and then get power plus 5 until the end of turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
It was honestly decent.
It's decent.
I mean, instead of one 8k booster, you can give 5k to multiple units. Overall, it's not a bad idea. Then we go on to another grade 3, or combo grade 3s, technically. We got Taro Utachi. Continuous rearguard during your turn. If Yiro Otachi is on your rearguard, this unit gets 10k. And then you go to Yiro Otachi. Continuous rearguard during your turn. If Taro Otachi is on your rearguard, this unit gets 10k. So you got a 23k combo grade 3s. Not bad, but you know, you need to see both of them. That's it. Like anytime you have a combo like this, you need to see both. There's a 15k attacker, 10k shield grade 2s that we covered really early, but you need to see both. There's these two that you need to see both. Like, it gets hard unless you max them out, but then you're not Bastion, so you don't benefit from so many grade 3s.
I mean, they're probably rares for a reason.
Yep. And then we move on to some Eugene support.
Ooh. This is a really good card. Drag Ritter Idris. Act Rearguard. If your opponent's rearguard was retired this turn, cost Counterblast Worm and perform one of the following effects. Either this unit gets power plus 10,000 until the end of turn, or you can put this unit into your soul and choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or greater rearguards and retire it.
Yeah, this shit's good.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna rest 2 things, pop something. Cool. I need to kill more things. I'm gonna kill more things. I need a beater. Here's a beater.
Yeah.
Or a good booster.
Yeah.
Because it's a grade 1, so it's a 15k booster. It's all around good.
I mean, yeah, I can't say nothing about it. It's just all around good. And
Yeah. And then Drag Ritter Nasir. Auto, when this unit intercepts, if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards, this unit gets shield plus 10,000 until the end of that battle. You will probably never have that happen.
Yeah, that's all I can say. It's bad.
Your opponent sees this on the board, they're going to, unless you're going against Viriana and they're just going to
I mean, even if you're going against Viriana got some good grade 1s that can boost now.
Yeah.
So even if they only have overdrives, they can pop something down in the background to go, all right, you don't have a 15k interceptor. Boo-hoo. Or even better, fucking swing with Viriana first, Soul Blast 2. Oh, look, your 15k interceptor went bye-bye.
Like, if they have at least one thing in the back row, this thing's dead. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a common for a reason.
Exactly.
A lot of these are commons for a reason. So yeah, that concludes the leaks section. We kind of sped through it, even though we've been going for about 20 minutes, because we got a lot of news to cover.
Yes.
So we're going to go into that news section. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cards from TCG Player that we just mentioned, wow, I'm out of it a little bit, all right? All right, one more time. If you're interested in any cards that we just mentioned, go check out Triple Sleeve TCG.
They got great deals on singles, clan splits, and even cases, so go check out the website.
Link will be in the description. All right, now that I got a factory reset inside my head, it's time to recover the product stream in a little bit of extra, not detail, but just, kind
of flash through it.
Flash through it. So, if we start all the way up, first things first, we need to mention they introduced
encounters. Right?
Let's go by this because we don't really have a good order for this.
No, we'll just go down the line.
Yeah. So first off, encounter cards. Fuck.
I mean, because we now know the ride lines.
All right. First things first, I want to mention the encounter cards are basically new cards that are going to be introduced in Booster Set 2. They're going to be made for Standard and V Premium, apparently. They're going to have a clan and a nation, so you can play in all of them. And I don't know what else. Like, we haven't gotten really much information about them. The only encounter cards we're getting are Dragonic Overlord, Phantom Blaster Dragon, Nahalem, and Blaster Dark, apparently. And on top of that, we also got confirmation that these encounter cards are only a yearly thing. So we're getting them now and we're not seeing them until next year, which I'm fucking glad for.
Yes, because honestly, I was a little... You could tell during the stream that we were...
Yes, we were...
a little bit upset about this because we're like, well, we saw D-Series and we're like,
It's one of those things like we've had a nostalgia trip more than enough. Like we started Vanguard with these units. And then we saw them again during G-Era by being upgraded into Strides and I don't know what else. And then we had a reboot where we reintroduced these units all over again from the start. And they got brought back again and more upgrades and all that. And now we finally got into Overdress and D-Era and supposed to be everything fresh. Forget about nostalgia. We're starting again. We're going at it. New shit. I didn't need to see this. I didn't want to see this. I don't want this. No.
I was happy that, people could finally let it rest. You mean Dragonic Overlord the nation, the clan? Now it's Dragonic Overlord the nation?
Yep, the Dragonic Overlord the nation. Like, the nostalgia trip, you need to take that. The nostalgia trip has finished. Like, we had it in Vieira. We had it. It was milked. We don't need more nostalgia. And I get that some people love Overlord. I get that some people love Phantom Blaster and they want their units to be still relevant. But at the same time, we need new shit. this is getting old. And I don't know what these cars are going to do. I'm not looking forward to it, in all honesty. If they do something interesting, or if they're hard to play, or I'll give my final thoughts whenever the actual effects and actual cards come out. But I'm not being hopeful, and I'm not looking forward to it. And that's my honest opinion. You guys can disagree, you guys can agree, but that's how I feel. You okay there?
We're good.
You want to put your 2 cents?
I mean, pretty much what you said. Like, it's nostalgia again. It's like, all right, we had enough nostalgia for a whole year, 2 maybe, even 2. Like, I don't want any more nostalgia. I want new stuff. I'm tired of seeing the same stuff for 10 years straight.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right. So with that out of the way, let's talk about new stuff. Let's more talk about the Six Nation that we've seen nothing about.
Yep.
Lyrical Monasterio is we finally get to see what there is, and the first thing they show us is this: the booster set, right? No, trial deck. Sorry, the trial decks. So apparently 6 cards from the Lyrical Monasterio trial deck from a. Oh no, well, whoops, sorry. No, yeah. Basically, the trial deck's coming out, and here's the second picture. And there's 6 units in the trial deck that are going to be, the ride line and the triggers and all that.
Yes.
And as you can kind of notice, we're going the other way around now. The left side is the official arts. The mermaid version are going to be the special SPs or whatever you want to say.
Yes.
And then after the trial deck comes, we're getting introduced to the booster set of Lyrical Monasterio, which is this. Ignore you there. I don't want to know why he's there. So
we don't care. We don't know.
And next to this, I'm going to add the other picture. You're going to see these special units, the main units of this booster set. And apparently, Lyrical Monasterio is going to be introducing... Basically, it's no longer Mermaid the Nation, but it is now, if I can find it... Where'd it go? I know that it's in here somewhere. I saw the big whale. All right, there we go. Thank you, one of our people and the Discord channeling for providing us with this information. So, according to this, Lyrical Monasterio is a school city built on top of a giant whale that flies across the sky. It is the 6th nation of Kree, and its independence is recognized by the other 5 nations. During the era without a deity, Shorts received teachings from Stoyacia the Sage and became the Lyrical Monasterio. During that time, it was said that a great mermaid contributed to the creation of the nation. The Lyrical Monasterio welcomes students from all over the world who aspire to become idols. As a school and city, there are no restrictions, no race, gender, or age. So no more mermaid girls, apparently. We might be getting actual dudes inside of Lyrical. I just want to see someone in Premium play Ange, and you just see this dude like, Carl. He's the baller.
God, why?
Anyway, back to the topic. Back to these 2. So the booster set's introducing these main units, and apparently Lyrical Monasterio is going to introduce archetypes around special races. In these cases, if we go from left to right over here, we got beasts, humanoids, dragons, and vampires. That's going to be the theme for these. And then if we go a little bit more, Clamp is apparently going to be doing the art for the overtriggers, and apparently there's going to be 3 different arts. Which are these? I don't know if this means we're going to get 3 different overtriggers for Lyrical Monasterio.
I think only
Clamp is doing only one. I misspoke. But there's 3 different arts for overtriggers.
Yes.
But again, I don't know if there's 3 different overtriggers or the same art like Token Rambo, but the same effect but different arts like Token Rambo.
I think it's going to be like Token Rambo, where it's just different arts.
I don't know. We don't know. There's not much information. But yeah. Mermaid. Oh, sorry. No. Idols. Now they're actual fucking idols. Yep. And they're not mermaids anymore. They're cat girls, dragons, vampires, and even lollies.
They're everything.
They're everything. But, we didn't just see Overdress.
Nope.
No. There's some V Premium in here. With V Premium Clan Selection Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yep.
Alex, tell me what units you see on the front of these volumes.
Brand new Bermuda unit, Think Saver, and Evil General Grappa.
And then the other one?
a bluish flame, not sure which one, raging form, and
A musketeer.
A musketeer, yes.
I think it was the break line. Someone told me.
I think it's a legion, actually.
Regardless, V-clan selection. Yay!
Yes.
So, there's other cards that actually got leaked. We also know, so the V-clan selection is going to be special for a couple of reasons. One, introduction to the new units. 48 new cards again. 36 reprints. And 4 new cards and 3 reprints per clan, like we had before. But there's also something special, right?
Yes, there is actual effect heal triggers in this set.
I don't know if I'm okay with this or if I'm not looking forward to this.
Also, interesting fact about the reprints, it is confirmed that one of the reprints is the Grade 3 Searcher.
Yes, it is. It is confirmed that one of the reprints is the Grade 3 Searcher, just like the PGs were back in the day.
Yes.
So we're getting a heal, we're getting a Grade 3 Searchers and all that. So here's all the heal arts that they got leaked. There's some, from Nightmare Dollish to some robots in here and there. I'm not really going to cover all of them. We're going to go just show them and go away. But these are more of the important things I want to talk about. First things first, we got 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to put all of them and we'll go from there. So we got a OTT, which I can't read that name. I think that's
either OTT or I think it's Genesis one.
I think that might be Genesis then, yeah. Hey, Alex, does this look familiar?
It should have been Brawlers.
And what is it?
It's Vowing Sword.
And what's the difference?
It's not Brawlers.
And then we already covered Giraffa. I think this is going to be...
It's a new Murakumo unit.
It's a new Murakumo unit.
Yes.
So they just threw out the window of bringing anything back and just said, here's the new shit.
I mean, there wasn't really anything they could do.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot of Murakumos, I agree, but still.
Yeah, I think they ran out of gas and they're like, okay, we're going to do something new. I do like the whole nightmarish art thing kind of going.
And then you got Celestials for the Angel Trigger. Chat Noir, fuck.
Finally.
I know a couple of friends that were very hyped. And of course, the Musketeer unit we covered. And I think that's... Oh, no, sorry. One more.
And a new Nubatama unit.
That's New Batama?
Yes.
I thought this was... Oh, that is New Batama. So yeah, they completely ran out of gas on the Ninja Nation.
Yes.
Nation, in the Ninja clans.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do with them.
You know what? I'm glad that they ordered their Shiryuki and they did Hanzo. So yeah, I can kind of see it. So they need to do God Hand now is what I'm getting.
We haven't seen Nova Grapplers yet, so it could happen.
It's in the other one, I'm assuming. But yeah, they need to do God Hand now, don't they? Anyway, yeah, V-Clan selection. So what are you excited for? Because we've seen the Clan Selection 1, but we don't know about Clan Selection 2. So we know we're getting Raging Form. We know we're getting Tetra Boil, right?
We're getting Tetra Boil. We're getting Raging Form.
I'm just gonna pull it up. What was that again? The Musketeers. Oh yeah, Musketeers. I don't know. Like it's everything up and down.
I know. I'm honestly excited for the bluish flames. Because hopefully can do it right. Other than that promo card that we don't talk about. Raging Form, obviously. There's one more I want to. Oh yeah, and hopefully,
Kaiser.
Kaiser, yes.
Blade Wing.
Blade Wing.
They really do need to do Blade Wing.
But that's Kaiser.
We can only hope again. We don't want to be disappointed again. What else? Oh yeah, Link Joker. What do you think they're going to bring back for Link Joker? Blaster Joker?
Glendios.
I can see Glendios. Glendios would be cool. Anyway, moving on to the next one.
You okay there?
Yeah, I was just processing because I was like, well, we got Tokurambu as a collaboration set. We got, actually not a really collaboration. It's like Tokurambu came back again.
Yeah.
We got Monster Strike as a collaboration set. And we got announced another collaboration set in the form of Shaman King. It was just kind of teased, but now it's confirmed.
Yep.
And we don't know if we're getting it in English.
Nope. We don't even know. Think about that now. We won't know until later today.
No.
Oh, did they announce that today?
No. We don't know anything.
I thought today they were supposed to announce whether we're supposed to, what we're getting in English, not in English.
I think they said the weekly bites, but I haven't seen anything of it yet.
Oh, so at this moment, we still don't know what any of the collabs, if we're even getting them or not.
Dokurabu hasn't been confirmed for English. Monster Strike hasn't been confirmed for English. And the Shaman King just got confirmed for Japanese. So we don't know anything about that one.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see what they do around the Shaman King because that will be hype. There's a Chalico show. The new remake is happening right now. And it's honestly... I only watched the first episode and I was honestly kind of disappointed. It's not the same nostalgia factor. I feel like they rushed it and the voice actors are not right. I don't like it. I love the original show. I feel like they dropped the ball on the remake. I had to see the second episode and the third and to really make a final decision, but I don't like where it's going. Anyway, we're talking Rambo out of the way. Sorry, Shaman King. I think that's it for the stream, unless I'm forgetting anything. The product stream was basically just that. And honestly, like, as much as it was hyped to see some of these reveals, I need to say, overall, the product stream was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, a lot of it was, oh, look, this is a perfect time to show off their new red lines, which I guess then they technically did. But it was like nostalgia where I was like really hoping for something new. I was really hoping to see set 3 information.
Yeah.
And they didn't give us anything about set 3.
They didn't just give us any confirmation on, the English product releases or even the collaborations. Like, we got Shaman King, but...
Correction, they did give us information about set 3.
Which is?
When we're getting set 3.
Yeah, we already knew that, though.
But that's literally the amount of information we know. Like, and it's obviously in the season 2 of the anime.
I mean, I like the whole fact that they brought in the wrestler that showed in the episode on the stream and all that. That was amazing. But now they put him inside a Token Rumble while he played Eugene in the anime. So it was a whole promotion around that. He's going to have his own card and all that, I think, inside a Token Rumble. But I feel like that's like missing the ball. Like, Vanguard's not Token Rumble, Vanguard's Vanguard.
Yeah,
and you're going to Token Rumble and you're going to Overlord and Phantom Blaster. You're completely missing the ball on Overdress.
Yeah, and like the weirdest part about this is like we're getting collab main set, collab set, collab set, collab set.
I feel like my expectations were just put too high, and I'm getting very disappointed right now. So I need to be a little bit back to earth on what they're doing. Like they've been doing really good so far. I'm actually praising Bushiroad and what they've been doing, but this recent news is like,
I think it's mostly
deja vu.
I don't think it would have been as bad if it wasn't for the encounter cards. I think the encounter cards really what drove it, and it was at the very beginning.
I'm gonna give the encounter cards a shot until I actually see what they are, how they work, what they do. I'm not gonna rag on them as much. I still don't like the idea of them. They could have been encounter cards, and they couldn't have been not the old units. I don't know. It also is very contradicting. Like, you're gonna show Dragonic Overlord the elderly and do this whole series and show him old and decrepit and almost dying, and then product stream shows up. It's like, hey, here he is again in his prime.
And then it's like, this is 3,000 years in the future. I'm pretty sure Nahalem would have been dead.
I mean, they're encounter cards. The art of them, the borders and the bottom part of the card, they do look old and rusty and all that. So I am gonna assume it's gonna play a part in it. But at the same time, it's like, did it even have to? Was this really necessary?
So my hope with this is that these are the only 4 encounter cards: the Nahalem, the Overlord, the Blaster, and the Phantom Blaster. That's what I'm hoping, and that they have something to do with the mechanic that is the actual ride line for them.
I don't honestly like I said, I'm gonna give them a shot. I'm probably ragging on them before even knowing anything. Yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's like there was no reason to bring them back again. These are basically cash grabs or attempts at cash grabs again.
That's what I expected out of V Premium. V Premium was the place to hit the nostalgia.
V Premium made sense because they rebooted the whole anime again.
Yeah, but I'm like, for people that want nostalgia, like you can make more Overlords and more Phantom Blasters in there. You don't need them back in Standard.
And they're also playable in V Premium apparently, and normal Premium because they're exist, and they're gonna be played in I don't know. Like, did it really have to come back? That's the biggest thing. Did it really have to? There was no card design strategic reason for them to come back. This is literally a nostalgia cash grab and nothing else.
Yeah, I was more excited about it because of the fact that it's like oh, they showed this lore, right? They showed the descendant of Phantom Blaster Dragon. I was like, oh, this guy looks cool. This is gonna be a cool thing to replace the Blaster deck, the Shadow Paladin Blaster deck. Like, this looks so cool. And then they showed Phantom Blaster Dragon. I'm like, unless this interacts with the card that is that card I saw, the art, I will be very disappointed.
All right, so yeah. I think we gave enough 2 cents on this.
Yes.
Hopefully, we're going to figure out soon because the booster set is starting to leak. We're going to get Zorga. Oh, yeah. Next week, we're getting Zorga reveals on stream. No more Token Rambo, thankfully.
Yes. It should be done by Token Rambo.
Correct. So we're going to actually get into the Steam of things for booster set 2, which means sooner or later, we're going to find out what these encounter cards really are.
Yes. Until
then, though, we can only wait. So, unless you got anything else to add, I think we're going to end it there.
Should be it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. This has been episode 106, or at least I'm hoping it is. V-Time. If you like what we do here, if you like the video, please leave a like, share with your friends. Comment down below what you think the encounter cards might do, or honestly, just comment down below if you agree with us and you don't like it, or maybe if you do like it, just give us your perspective. Don't rag on us, just legitimately give us your perspective.
And obviously
everybody's got an opinion, nobody's wrong.
And our opinions about the encounter cards are obviously just, on the surface. Once we actually see more information, our opinions will probably change.
Exactly. Other than that, if you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to get notified. Maybe follow us on Facebook, join our Discord, and watch us on Twitch. But with that, I've been Philip.
This is Alex.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Woo! Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Everyone's going?
Go.
I told you, man, just 5 minutes. You should have sat down for 5 minutes.
Go.
All right. 106, right?